I'm going to give you 10 players. I want you to tell me how many majors they're going to end their career with.
Yeah. Gosh, you're going to...
We'll do this fairly quickly. Actually, I think I have 11 people on here. We'll do this fairly quickly because we could do probably 3 hours just on these 11 guys alone. Justin Rose.
1.
He would be among the best one major winners ever.
Yeah, some of these answers are going to hurt me to say them out loud, and I'm probably going to come across as maybe too conservative. But some people that play this game are way too aggressive. Let's say that.
Well, I told Jason last week, I always go under. I mean, I don't. We were talking about Scotty, and the number was 10, and I said under. Like, no, under.
And I go over. I'm a dreamer, baby. I'm just why not?
Jason thinks there's 10 majors a year. Rory McIlroy.
I'm going to give him 8. I'm bullish.
Wow.
I'm bullish on his next 10 years delivering 3. And that's tough. Like, I should go under. I should say 7. I should say 6. I should say 6 before I say 8. But I think he's the smartest he's ever been when it comes to playing golf tournaments. And I think he won at Pebble for a reason, and he wins at Sawgrass for a reason in Augusta, and also like the Irish Open. So,
I mean, Justin Rose has been toe to toe with him from a lot of the tournaments. What makes you put Rory in that bucket and not Justin?
Good question. I would say it's the tournaments in between, because like Rosie's been really good in some incredible spots, very specific spots. And I mean, he's obviously very close. Was he 45 now?
Mm-hmm.
He is doing some age defying things. But the theoretical cliff, I mean, the theoretical cliff for him could be 6 months from now. That's, I think, the only reason why. But you're right. That's a very good question, Jason. It's like, oh, you're going to give Rory 3 and Justin Rose none.
Well, it's also like much longer runway for sure. I would give Rory 6. Again, Phil's career. I think he's just having it. It looks a lot different, but it's going to end up the same. Hideki Matsuyama.
Just 1 for Hideki.
Okay.
Yeah. I like, anytime that I'm not giving anybody any more it's going to sound harsh, but like, I think Hideki won the Masters during a very tight peak in his life. I think he won the Masters because Xander pulled the wrong club on 16. And I think he won the Masters during your favorite Masters when there was a very limited crowd there.
Okay. Well, let's not get too deep on that. I just say it was very enjoyable. The Hideki Rose, Adam Scott, not Xander. Hideki Rose, Adam Scott, Sergio, somebody like a Victor Hovland. I think they're really interesting because you think about like one's a lot, but they're all like 1.5 guys. Where you're like, if they had 2, their career would kind of make more sense. But 1 is. It's almost like 2. It's weird. Like they're all in like that weird, not quite Rahm, Rory, Phil, Scotty type tier.
Yeah.
They're just below it, and the max is like kind of 2.
Yeah, where you would have given 10 years ago today. So let's say the beginning of 2016, fresh off of a 2015 Players Championship. I think it was that year. And at 2014, him finishing in the top 5 of all majors, you'd have given Ricky Fowler at least 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Right? That's why this game is tough.
It is.
It's a fun game, though.
Okay, Scotty.
I'm giving Scotty 8. And that means 4 more. And I actually think that's on the low side if you polled Golf Media. I do that because I think there has to be he has to stop at some point. There has to be some sort of cliff. He has done this while having children, adding to his family. He's done this while there's been weird things that have happened off the golf course to him. He has done this while Live Golf has existed, and during, probably the peak at one point of Jon Rahm's life and Bryson DeChambeau's golf, and he continues to do it. But like at some point it has to stop, and 4 more majors would still be an amazing career to add on to this current one. So I'll give him 8. Where are you at with Scotty?
Yeah, 8 or 9, I think, which is I mean, Tom Watson's 8. Who's 9? I think Gary Player's 9. It's crazy. Like 9 is so many. 9 is Brooks and Ernie Els.
What I really like about what Scotty has done is he has completely redefined, I think, the peaks of like Collin Morikawa, and redefined the peak of Jason Day, which was extremely high, and even Spieth, which was 3 majors and a bunch of wins. Like Scotty redefined what that all means, because all of those dudes like really kind of reached a certain level, and you can find it on the Data Golf page, and they stayed there, and then they dropped off. And all of that within roughly like 36 months. And so like Scotty's probably going on month 48 at this point or something like that. Like,
and LKD brought this up. I think I don't know if it's the key, but I think one reason that has been the case is because his short game is extraordinary. Like he gets a lot of credit, deservedly so, for the iron play, and driver's been obviously very good, and putter's gotten better, but his short game just, it keeps him in everything. I mean, I think it's underrated. It's super impressive. Okay, Bryson, who's at 2 right now?
I give Bryson 4. I think Bryson gets 2 more because of the lunatic that he can be, in a good way. You know, he's come very close to winning the PGA Championship. He's gotten so much better at the Masters. He has not figured out links golf. So I'm not expecting him to win an Open, but I am expecting him to at some point pick off both a Masters and a PGA, and that's pretty high. But also don't want to bet against that, because he also seems like he could do it both within the same 6-week span. Like could he not win the Masters this year and then go to Aronimink and win there too?
Yeah, I think I picked him to win the PGA this year. He's been awesome at PGAs. I would say, what is Bryson, 31, 30, 32?
31, I believe.
Yeah, 4 is a really good number. I was going to say 3 or 4. I'll go 4 also. John Rahm, who's also got 2 right now.
He's 32.
I give John 32.
Not that changed anything.
Oh, now I should edit him down to 3. I give Rahm the same amount as Bryson. I give him 4 because I think I believe that, like, if we're talking about talent and your ability to win in big tournaments, like I think he really is as good as Rory in that stuff. So it would feel wrong if he ended up with less than 4, because I just think he should be a generational type European player.
Yeah, 5 for me. I'm all the
You're
way
in. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, all the way.
There needs to be more people on the John Rahm block, and he's done it to himself, but
yeah, I think he's just generationally good, and people are kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's because he gets angry or he's on live, or I don't know. I don't know what the reason, but
I think it's both.
Yeah, how much do you think that those extra years cost Rahm in terms of his major eligibility or chances to win?
You mean on live?
No, well, chance to win majors, yeah. Like his time on live, yeah.
One thing that's interesting, he had a bad major year in the year before he went to live, or maybe 2 years before, and then he bounced. I think it was 2 years before. Then he bounced back to win the Masters, and then went to live. So he hasn't been as consistent at the majors as maybe somebody like a Rory. Yeah, I think it's affected him. I mean, I think you saw that at the PGA at Quail Hollow last year, where he was like, "Oh, this is the most fun I've had on a Sunday in a long time," and you're like, it's not a quote I love hearing. You know,
Appreciate the honesty.
So yes, maybe. Well, who knows? Like he could end up back on the PGA Tour by the end of the year. But I think it's stolen at least like 1 or 2 contentions from him over the last 2 years. Okay, Ludwig.
I out of sheer respect for his skill set, I gave Ludwig 1. You know, he's still ultimately like not. It's not like he's a 22-year-old talent. Like so if he didn't win one in the next 3 years, that's when we would start to be like, you're way too good to not have won one. But you wouldn't really necessarily bet against that happening. So I give him 1. It's probably low, but he's also working through some stuff right now that doesn't feel like the Ludwig that we know. And has he contended all that? Well, he contended at the U.S. Open at Pinehurst and he contended at the Masters.
Sort of at the U.S. Open.
Yeah. And so I give him credit for that. But what part of him feels like a killer? And I think you need to be a little bit of a killer to do that.
Yeah, there's a little, it's a little Jason Day, where it's like, hey, really good at golf. But I mean, Day's another guy, and the Adam Scott, it was a little Adam Scott, honestly. Like, one major, great career. I think
tall,
one
handsome.
Is tall, great, good looking. My wife's interested, all that stuff.
But also win a little bit more. Wait, what does he want?
Well, he hasn't. I mean, I'm with you. I don't know how many events he's actually played as a pro. He didn't turn pro until he was like 24 and a half or something.
Yeah.
So what does he have under his belt, Jason? Like 65?
He's 26 years old, and how many pro events he's played?
Yeah. I would say it's like 60, 70, 80. I mean, granted, Scotty was 0 for his first 70, and we were saying probably some of these same things about him, and that's turned out pretty good. But
yeah, gosh, if you put everyone through that lens, everyone could be a Scotty. But
well, Scotty and Spieth have been talking about this are such outliers in that there's never really been anybody like Scotty who couldn't win, and then won 20 out of his next 80. Like basically won 25% of the time. There's never been anybody like Spieth who won 2 majors at 21, 3 by 25, and then just like didn't really win again. Like those two are very like historically weird outliers for golf. And so I think when we talk about guys like that, it's like, I don't really know what to do with this guy because there hasn't ever been, at least not recently, anybody like him.
Yeah, I'm very worried about the names at the end of this list because of what you Jason, just said.
What was our Ludwig start count?
I mean, I have a stat of him in April 2025. He was up to 42, so that's got to be, I don't know, up in the closer to the 60s by now. Yeah,
60 or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? Tommy Fleetwood.
All right. Now I'm saying this exclusively out of fear of saying 0. I'm going to say 1. I think it's entirely plausible that he doesn't do it. And because they're hard to win, and because he hasn't done it yet, and because he doesn't actually have, like, he has a game to, I think, to last in the Justin Rose sense, but he doesn't necessarily have the game to overpower in the Bryson sense. And I think Bryson overpowered Winged Foot, and he powered enough at Pinehurst to win out there. And so like I don't think you will ever look at a major host or a course and be like, I think Tommy Fleetwood's going to win that one, because he just has this classic game that I worry will not do it. But I'll give him 1 because I really like the man, as discussed.
Yeah. I mean, he's not super young. I mean, he's 34, 35.
Just turned 35.
But I think that if I could pick one player to win one major, it would either be Justin Rose or Tommy Fleetwood to win the Open. Now that Rory's won the Masters, I think it's Tommy or Rose to win the Open would be
the anxiousness I will feel in like the 10 minutes prior to Tommy's first tee shot at Birkdale this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be so high for someone who's not involved.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. If we got like really prescriptive with things, you'd want Tommy to win there. If not him, probably Rose.
Totally. Okay, Xander.
I am such a believer in him and his approach.
You love Xander.
Yeah. You know, some absolute biases at play here, but I'm giving Xander 2 more. Giving Xander 4 total. And I think in large part because of what he was, still so much recency bias there, but 2024 was he had just risen to such a level of consistency that he was everywhere. He could very easily end up with 2 and no one would bat an eye and he would still be in the World Golf Hall of Fame. but call me a believer.
I actually picked him to win the Masters this year. He's 32 years old. 4's pretty good. I'll say 3. I think he gets at least.
Yeah,
at least
Xander as a Masters champ would be a lot of fun. I think.
Yeah.
He would give it an
He's
incredibly
played great there.
Yeah, and he would give great, honest press conferences like all throughout. He would have a great menu of some like Japanese inspired California stuff. Like he would be good. He would go to New York and do the whole thing.
Okay, last 2. Victor Hovland.
I'm giving Vic 1. I think there's too much about his career that has been, holy hell, you're a different type of talent. You know, winning at Pebble in the USAM, and just kind of like his highest moments are so high that, and again, kind of like Bryson, just enough of a lunatic chasing after things that it'll all coalesce into a victory at some point.
Yeah, I agree with 1 for Victor, and then our beautiful boy Jordan Spieth, who is potentially forever stuck at 3.
That sucks to say, because he is endlessly one of the most entertaining golfers that I think will ever play on our televisions. You want him to do well, but it's not adding up. It's just not, and it's not like he has the volatile game where it's like, man, you're the top 10 putter one season and you're 70th the next season. You're one of the best ball strikers in the world one season. You can't really hit it straight the next season. Like he is the roller coaster.
Yeah, Jason actually made a roller coaster illustration of him for our first book. So that's for sure the roller coaster. But he did a video with Dylan DeChambeau, your coworker, golf.com. What's the series called?
Warming Up.
It's on YouTube. Watch parts of it. And when he started talking about smoking meats and how his game compares to smoking meats, you're like, I don't know if that's it, man. I mean, the case for Spieth is like, he's not going to be the number 1 player in the world again. I think that's pretty obvious. I think he can still win an Open Championship. And I think that is, even through all his struggles, like he's been really good at the Open. He obviously won in 2017, T9, T20, 2, T8, T23, T2. He's always in the top 25.
Damn, that's actually sneaky impressive.
It's really good because he's kind of sucked for most of those years, especially like 18, 19, 20, 21. I guess he started getting a little better in 21, but
if Colin Morikawa doesn't play so well without fans at the Open in 21, I mean that's Spieth's win too.
Totally, and so I think that's the case for him to get to. I'm going to say 4, just because I want to believe in something, and I think it comes at the Open. People always cite Augusta as his place, and he's been awesome there, but I think it's actually the Open where he has the best chance of getting his 4th. It would have been crazy if Rory and Spieth ended up with the same number of majors.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen now, but that would have been wild.
And well, he comes back to Birkdale this year. We go to St. Andrews again somehow next year. Like there could be a lot of lovey-dovey Spieth stuff happening in the next 18 months.
We're ready for it.
I would love that.
We are so ready.